Well, welcome from sunny Cyprus again. I keep picking up these stories whilst I'm away, and I'm not sure how many of them I should really believe and how many of them I should just discard. But I did a story about Callum Wilson the other day that came out from KUMB suggesting that he's destined to stay another season. And then on the back of that, there's rumours that it looks like Souček and Bowen might stay. But of course, you've seen all the stories since then about Bowen, Man United interest and so on and so forth. So it's really hard to believe what speculation is abound and what is, what's true and what's not. But the latest one is apparently Nuno has called Paco Jemez and asked him to stay with West Ham another season. Apparently he did an interview in some Portuguese, I think it was a Portuguese journal, magazine, website, suggesting that Nuno has called him and he wants him to stay. So we all know what we feel about Paco. We believe that he was the catalyst for improving our attacking play at West Ham last season. And if that is true, then that's another positive. We're hearing an awful lot of positive stuff coming out at the moment, and I think that's really, really good. So if it looks as if Paco is staying, that's on the back of Callum Wilson staying. I'm still trying to get verification on that because I am really aware that it's only KUMB that reported that and nobody else, but we'll see what happens over time. But it's all beginning to sound like positive news, and what Nuno is clearly doing is he's trying to keep as much of the infrastructure in place that he had last season. And you look at the stats, and you can break up stats any way you want, but you look at Nuno's overall stats for the season when he took over at West Ham, they didn't look too well. Well, then they weren't good because we went down. But then you look at the stats from January when the transfer window happened. He changed the team, he got players in, let players go, etc. And then the stats suggest something, a completely different story, a story where we would have finished around 7th in the league had that continuation happened throughout the season. So Paco is much admired by West Ham fans. We didn't know much about him when he first arrived, but it now seems to me that he too may stay on at West Ham, and having that continuity at West Ham United into next season can only bode well. What do I expect from Paco? Well, clearly he's going to be influencing the attacking style of play. I think the next thing we need to do now is try and secure Tati Castellanos. There's a suggestion that maybe he might want to stay on, but that would be quite a tall order. I think we're pretty much resigned to the fact that probably Somerville and Fernandez could be the players that leave. But as I mentioned in the show the other day, if we generate about 100 million from those two sales, that eases the pressure somewhat in order to sort of encourage other players to stay on. So there you have it, another short one. Paco Jemez staying on at West Ham can only be a good thing. The West Ham fans will welcome it. It will provide even further continuity with Nuno committing to next season, if Paco does as well. And then you've got, possibly Bowen, Callum Wilson, various others staying as well. Who knows? We're favourites now to come back up. I don't like that because the pressure is on immediately, even before a ball is kicked. But we are odds-on favourites to come straight back up in the league. Let's hope we can do it. We now need to know who's leaving in order to start rebuilding. And as I said before, whether the board like it or not, they're going to have to invest money into this squad because even if we do sell Somerville and Fernandez for 100 million combined or thereabouts, or maybe even more, there's still a lot of work to be done. So good news, dare I say it again. And I hope I'm not being led up the garden path when I hear these rumours, but there you have it. Paco Jemez has spoken to Nuno. This is straight after he put out a message, of course, saying he will always be an iron, etc. And then all of a sudden, the next day, we hear that Jemez could be staying on. Great news if it happens. Great for continuity. I'm looking forward to more of these positive stories because that's what we need right now. We need to hit the ground running in the Championship next season and start on full of confidence. And with Jemez staying, I think that can only be confidence for the fans and West Ham overall. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Do subscribe to the channel. Do hit the like button and do hype the channel as well.